Okay, students, this is an example to help you with solving a non-right triangle. The difference from what we did in class is that this is going to be solving for all of the missing parts rather than just solving for one thing. So I'm going to walk you through it. This is number 31 in your textbook, which is one of the problems that you need to do, so follow along. That's supposed to say 31. Okay, so this triangle happens to be labeled for us, at least the ABC, the vertices. I'm going to go ahead and start by labeling the opposite sides because I know that whether I use the law of sines or cosines, I'm going to want to have my sides labeled. So that's lowercase a, across from angle B, lowercase b, and then across from angle C, lowercase c. And I'm going to look at what case I have, my given information. So I'm looking right now at what am I given here. And my given information is an angle, and then a side. And recall from yesterday that we have our angle, side case, that is one of the cases where I get to use my law of sines. So that's always my preference, I said. So first thing I'm going to note here is that we have angle, side. And that's telling me I get to use my law of sines. Okay, so let's just go ahead and set it up and see what we have. If I set up my law of sines, I'm going to have, and I'm not going to put the A, B, and C, I'm just going to go ahead and plug stuff in. I'll say what I'm doing. Sine of A, and A in this case is 94 degrees, over side A, which is 12. So go ahead and look at your picture. Angle A, and then side A is what I have in there. Equal to sine of B. And B, I do not know, but we got pretty good at this yesterday, that if it's the third angle in the triangle, I should be able to calculate it. And it looks like I do have the other two, angle A and angle C. So while we're at it, let's just go ahead and calculate angle B. Grab a calculator if you need to. And I'm doing 94 plus 52 and getting 146, 180 minus 146 is giving me 34 degrees for angle B up here. So let's go ahead and put in 34 degrees. I'm going to put that in red to know that I calculated that. That wasn't actually given information. Over, keep track of where you are, angle B over side B, and it doesn't look like I know that. I've got a variable there. So let's go ahead and put just a lowercase b there, is equal to sine of C. And C I do know is 52 degrees. I'm getting that from right here. Side C, don't know that, so we're going to have a lowercase c. So yesterday I would have looked at this and said, okay, where's my x? That's what I'm looking for. And I'm saying that you're looking for all your variables. Well, at this point I actually only have two variables because we found our angles. So we've got two things to solve for, and you have a choice. You can either go ahead and grab these two ratios, if you can see what I'm highlighting there, set those equal, cross multiply, or we can't do this one, right? We can't do these two because we've got two variables, but we could ignore the middle two. If we wanted to, we could put a great big x over the middle and then cross multiply the first and the third. So it's your choice. I didn't really want that x to stay there. Whoops. Okay, I'm doing my best to erase that green X that was kind of accidental and I didn't really want to be there. Okay, there we go. It's gone. So I'm going to actually go ahead and start by cross multiplying my first two. I might as well start with the first two and solve for B. So I'm going to go ahead and, again, cross multiply these two ratios that I have. And when I do so, I'm going to get sine, sine 94 times B is equal to 12 times sine of 34. Just cross multiplied right there. And when I solve that, I want to get B by itself, so I'm going to divide by sine of 94. Divide by sine of 94. Those cancel out, and I'm going to get B is equal to, and I should use probably a squiggle equal sign because it's going to be approximate answer. I'm rounding. B is approximately equal to 6.7. Interpreting in this problem, that's telling me, in this case, that AC is approximately 6.7 meters, since that was my side B, AC. So that's really the first part right there is I just solved for AC. Now let's go back to our setup here, and that's why I like to list all three ratios, is now I can use these two because I know B, or again I can skip this one and use the first and the third and set them equal to each other. That's what I'm going to do just in case I made a mistake in B. So I'm going to go ahead and do sine 94 times C. That's a great big cross multiplication between that and that is equal to cross multiply here. 12 times sine of 52, and I've got sine 94 times C. Sine 94 is a number. Divide by that number. It cancels, and I'm left with C is approximately equal to 9.5. Double check that you can get that number on your calculator. And, of course, we should interpret that answer to be that I'm getting, in my picture, AB is C. So that's approximately 9.5 meters if I put some units with it. So I found AC, I found AB, and then, of course, I found angle B. Whoops, that's supposed to say B. Measure of angle B was equal to 34 degrees. I had done that right off the bat. So that's an example of how to solve a non-right triangle, solve for all the missing sides and angles. And we actually used exclusively law of sines for that one. You know that I like law of sines better. I find it a little bit easier. So if you can use it, go for it. Good luck. Try a couple more on your own.